Hello guys, my name is Darren and welcome back to another video on my Fantasy Premier League channel. This week we're going to be talking about my team selection video for Game Week 3 this week. Now I've already touched on some of my transfers within this week, and from now on, from this week onwards, I'm going to be making my team selection videos. I'm going to be releasing it a lot more earlier in the week so I can tinker with you guys. But I've already made my transfers. I've said it in my podcast. Links will be in the description if you missed the podcast that have come out today. Now I'm recording this on a Friday morning in Malaysia, so I'm going to try and time it towards when the price rises go up this week. Now, Antonio and Benrahma are expected to have 2 price rises this week, and then other assets as well that we can talk about. But before looking at that, let's go and look back at my team that did well in Game Week 2. This is the team, guys, right? 330,000 in overall rank. That's got me now from the 81 point haul from last week. I'd always like to say that if I always get around 20 to 30 points above the average, you're in for a good week, and that's what we've done here. An average of 49, and then we've got 81 as well. Game week ranked in the top 310k mark. Overall this game week, I'm very, very happy with that. Some of the things that I'm really, really happy about is the Liverpool defence. Well, my defence in general, to be honest, because Luke Shaw picked up the 2 bonus points from his attacking prowess against Southampton. And I'm also really, really happy about, apart from my captain, I'm really, really happy about most of my players getting a return of some kind. And then Antonio as well. What a lad, what a bloody lad. He's so amazing as well. Got me the 2 goals and the 1 assist. Also got that same amount of returns, but of course he missed a penalty in Game Week 1. So I'm really, really happy about that, and the team that I've got this week so far. I'm really, really happy. And to be honest, right, I've got 2 free transfers as well. I'm going to be looking to use them quite well this week because I've got to use one. I can't, keep burning a transfer because I'm going to lose it. But let's jump into my key pointers to look out for this week. As of right now, then, we've seen a lot of players been getting price rises today. Notably, West Ham United's Antonio and Benrahma has been getting huge price rises. As of right now, Antonio is now 7.8. He's just jumped up in price, and Benrahma is now 6.3. They've jumped up in prices this week. So if you have them, if you transfer them earlier in the week, you've already made 0.2 in profit from just having those 2 players. And who knows, if you had them from Game Week 1 onwards, Benrahma only needs 1 more price rise in order for you to make profit out of him. 0.2 profit out of him. Benrahma is that valuable, and I think from that, right, it makes West Ham assets very, very attractive to have, especially from the run of form right now. They're one of the informed teams in the league, and West Ham are known for a team to only have a striker. So Antonio is always going to be getting those returns should West Ham be scoring a goal, or very, very likely to get those returns should West Ham score a goal. And I think they'll be really, really good until the Europa League starts, because we've seen that West Ham squad isn't really, really depth. They're not in the depth that some other squads that have, like, for example, Leicester, where they have Amarte, who can deputise a centre-back, as we've seen, like now Vestergaard and Fofana get injured. So that's when West Ham is going to struggle. But at the moment, for now, they don't look like a team that's going to be struggling so far. So I think West Ham players are definitely ones to consider. And also, the availability of 4.0 defenders at the moment, we've got the likes of Brandon Williams, who's just got transferred to Norwich. He might get some game time. Some of the players that used to be 4.0, such as Duffy, what Simicast has done now. But Duffy, scored a goal at the weekend against I can't remember what team they were playing. A relegation threatened side, I think. So that's really good to have at the moment. Liveromento, for example, is also a really, really good 4.0 defender. He's just given a price rise to 4.1. So I think if you haven't caught up on those 4.0 defenders yet, you definitely have to get them now. And probably if you want to take a punt, I guess, you could go for Brandon Williams, who's still at 4.0 and is due to have a price rise very, very, very soon. And also this week, the thing that makes this week very, very interesting is that Liverpool are going to be playing Chelsea. And everyone knows that Salah is always a good captaincy option because he gets those goals consistently. Yes, he didn't get against Burnley, but he does get those returns. And other assets that could be good captaincies is Fernandes, who's playing Wolves. But after Fernandes, I don't know, there just seems to be something wrong with Fernandes at the moment that's putting me off captaincy. I don't know why, because he's got really, really good underlying stats. But there's just something. And then I think that this week, if you want to take a punt on someone, captaincy, someone to be the captain, I think this week's a very, very good week to do it because West Ham play Crystal Palace, another relegation threatened side. You got Leicester. Jamie Vardy could be one to be very, very interesting to look at. They're playing Norwich, and you have Brentford. Well, Brentford, who's up against Aston Villa. Maybe Danny Ings. Okay, that's going a little bit too far, but you never know. And also Man City assets as well. But Man City, the problem is with captaining a Man City asset is you don't know who's going to start. So I would hazard a guess that this week Riyad Mahrez might be given a start because he didn't start the game against Norwich and other assets as well, but that is very, very risky. And in FPL, if you want to be getting those key good choices for captaincies, you have to be picking those nailed on starters like the Salahs and Fernandes. And also even Son Heung-min, who's playing Watford this week, who could be very, very interesting to look out for this week. So this is my squad then for this week. We're looking at my squad at the moment. I could be doing some tinkering at the moment on who's plays to start, but this is the roster, the 15-player roster that I'm bringing towards game week 3 then. Now I've already made my transfers like I said at the start of this video and also in my podcast as well. I've made my transfers, my 2 free transfers, but I've taken out Rafinha to transfer in Benrahma. I just think Benrahma is more in form and Rafinha tends to be one of those players that take a little bit of time before he gets, really up and running. So I've temporarily put in Benrahma into this team Rafinha. If I want him, I can always bring him back at the moment, and I'm sure he's going to get a price drop at some point, which is always good, and we want to always take advantage of these price rises as they come in as well. And I've also transferred it in Liveromento, who's a right back at Southampton that I think he's going to start quite often. Yeah, I think he's one of the defenders. I'm not sure what position, either centre back or right back, but he's been praised so far by Hazenhutl in all of the press conferences that he's in at the moment, and I've also mentioned him on why he's a must-buy for your teams and the podcast as well. which you can always watch, link in the description below. But I just think Livramento is a very, very good option to have at the moment, and he's one that I'm really, really looking out on for. And I might potentially play him even this week as well, because he's playing Newcastle, and Newcastle aren't the most prolific side for now. And Southampton do have really, really good fixtures in the medium long term run. So what better week to take advantage of those price rises, getting a 4.0 defender? I've removed Ben White from my team. He's just gone down in price, 4.4. He's recently contracted the virus. He's recently tested positive. So it's a good time to make a good transfer as well. And also SimiCast. And if I need any spare defender, like a 4.5 defender, I can always get him in. And also Ben White isn't the best option at the moment. Arsenal don't really look that good at the back. They haven't scored a goal. Yes, he's not one of the strikers, but they've also conceded a lot of the goals at the moment as well, so it's quite worrying at the moment. SimiCast, I'm looking forward to get rid of him by this game week. By the next transfer that I have at the moment. I think, like I said in the podcast, I think his time is relatively is relatively cut short now. Now that Andy Robertson is back for Liverpool as their first choice left back. So SimiCast will be out of the team in the foreseeable future. So I'll be looking to get rid of him with sometime soon as well. And also this week, I'm thinking of captaining a West Ham player because I think they look really good at the moment. Crystal Palace don't look like the most stable side at the moment. Yes, they drew 0-0 against Brentford, but it's Brentford. I should need to emphasise more about that at the moment. I'll be looking out for Danny Ings to get some goals against Brentford. Hopefully, with Villa Park playing at home as well. Salah, Fernandes, they might get a return or two. I think this week Fernandes will be the standout captaincy pick along with Son, but I'm not going to rip up my team to get Son into my team as well. Which if I did do that, I feel like that will do my team more damage than good as well. And I'm looking to play my wild card sometime soon as well, like game week 6 or 7 to to capitalize on the game week 6-7 price rises. But we'll see about that. We'll see about how this season goes, and then we'll play it when we need to be playing it at the moment. But yeah, everything looks good at the moment for my team. I'm really confident that this team will do well, similar to the team that did last week, and looking to get into the top 300k, trying to move up my ranks week after week after week after week after week. This season, I'm going to try and be a little bit more consistent with my team. So that's one of the targets that I've got at the moment, and hopefully this team can get me one step closer to that goal that I have. That is it for the team selection video, guys, for this week. Hopefully you guys have found this very useful. Some tips that you've gained from my team that you can try and implement on yours as well. If you have enjoyed this video, do give it a like. Click down the subscribe button, to let you know about new content that is coming out on this YouTube channel. I've got some content planned in terms of fantasy football on this YouTube channel as well, which I'm very excited to show you. And I'm also trying to make a few more new graphics that you might have seen, graphics that you've seen on the podcast yesterday as well, on players and stuff like that. So I've got that is in the plans at the moment. But if you have enjoyed it, give it a like, comment down below your team, what you might do to change it as well. Do follow my socials down in the description below. They're all available in the description below. And also join our league as well, 55AQS0. Link is also down in the description below. The code is in the description below. But if you want to hear it again, it's 55AQS0. Now, thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next one.